What's up, fellow gardeners? Miss Kat here at the Lent Garden, and today we're going to be talking about square foot gardening. How many people have heard that term square foot gardening before? Yeah, so square foot gardening is a technique that some gardeners use to be able to maximize the amount of plants that they can grow in a small space. So the first step with square foot gardening is to divide your garden bed into sections that measure 1 foot by 1 foot, which is what I've done with this bed behind me. And if you take a closer look, we can see that each square measures 1 foot, which is 12 inches, by 1 foot. So there are so many different ways that you could fill a square foot, but for today's example, I have some marigold plants, some lettuce plants, a tomato plant, and some radish seeds. Do you think that all of these plants need the same amount of space to be able to grow? No, they don't. For example, the tomato plant is going to grow to be a lot bigger. So we can look at a guide for square foot planting, and if we take a look, we'll see that for lettuce plants, we can fit 4 plants in 1 square foot. For marigold plants, we can also fit 4 in 1 square foot. But for radishes, they're a lot smaller, so we could plant 16 in a square foot. And for the tomato, you can only fit 1 in a square foot. So I like to do a little bit of planning before I start planting. So in front of me here, I have this drawing of 1 square foot. And I'm going to start with lettuce. If you remember, we could fit 4 lettuce plants in 1 square foot, which means that each lettuce plant is going to take up about 1/4 of this square foot. So I'm going to plant 2 today. And then I want to plant a marigold. And marigolds also take up 1/4 of a square foot. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I want to get some radishes in there. And if you remember, you can plant 16 radishes in a square foot, but since we only have 1/4 left, we're going to have 1/4 of 16. Which is 4 radishes. So I'm going to put 4 radishes right there. All right, but for the other square foot, I'm going to plant a tomato. And remember that you can only fit 1 tomato in a square foot, so it's going to look like this. Do you remember why square foot gardening is a useful tool? Right, it helps us to get the most out of our garden, and it also makes sure that all the plants have enough room to be able to grow. So my challenge for you after watching this video is to design your own square foot, and keep in mind the different space requirements that different plants have, and then draw a picture of what you would want your square foot to look like. All right, have fun. Bye.